of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. The reason for this long walk is not that I'm going to be telling you about any product, but the name of the car is so freaking long that I have to walk from Pune to Mumbai to just tell you that this is the Mercedes-AMG GLE 63 S4matic Coupé bi-turbo. My god, this is a really long name and this is the key of the car. It's finished in all black, says AMG here. This to open the boot, this to unlock the car, and this to lock the car. Yeah, key could be a little bit more special. Rachit is shooting the Volvo S90 there. We are straight away going to be opening the engine bay of this Mercedes, which I absolutely love. That is the engine. It's a V8, hand tufted by XYZ. Can't really pronounce German names as such. There's insulation there, and this car is super duper special with absolute crazy attention to detail. First and foremost, it gets the Pan Americana grille and the massive Mercedes logo. But if you don't like the massive logo, they have a small Chintu Mintu logo as well to please you. Meanwhile, obviously, has a lot of AMG bits on this car. You can see there are front parking sensors here, sort of this carbon, not carbon fiber. It is piano black finishing. In fact, carbon fiber sort of finishing is on the inside. There's a towing hook of the vehicle, and the radiator and all is exposed because it really needs to breathe. In fact, even after you leave the car, it's still having the radiator on, making a lot of sound as well. Says AMG right there. This is how the indicator is when it's turned on. Multi-beam LED lights. Basically, these lights are super intelligent. 84 LEDs which can be individually operated, and when it realizes that there's someone in front of you, it will dim the LEDs, reduce the amount of LEDs. It can control all the LEDs, resulting in above 40 km per hour up to 650 meters of throw, which is obnoxious. Lights are absolutely beautiful. These are the DRLs, of course, and it has this blue tinge on the inside. It says 84 LED. Oh, I saw that for the very first time. Can you see that? 84 LEDs written. My goodness, the lights are really amazing. But headlight washers would be a cool touch. Now, the hood obviously has this power bulge going on, and this is a GLE on absolute mad steroids. From the side, obviously the coupe design looks super duper awesome. It's like a muscle car, it's like a muscle SUV. The wheels are also massive at 22 inches. The tire size at the front 285 40 22. Red colored brake calipers, says AMG on it. I like the wheel design as well. AMG is written here, of course, and massive disc as well. Okay, that is functional, that draws in air. Says V8 bi-turbo 4matic plus. AMG driving performance is the sticker, and from here it projects the logo at night, and there's a 360-degree camera as well. Now when you actually unlock the car at night, this running board also gets illuminated. It's absolute crazy attention to detail in this car. Really nice. You get chrome door handles and you get request sensors on all the doors. There are no roof rails as such. Sloping roof line, of course, and the rear tire will shame a lot of supercars because the tire size happens to be 325 35 22s. That's massive. Okay, red colored brake calipers with AMG written right there, of course. But the tire size is so big, I'll just show you. Okay, look at that tire size. It's absolutely crazy. And here you obviously get parking sensors because they're on the side as well. It has 360-degree parking camera, 360-degree parking sensor. You name it, this car is loaded with everything. This is where the fuel goes, and it tells you what should be the ideal tire pressure, of course, along with what should be the octane number for the fuel which you fill in. So yeah, it really requires high octane fuel to do justice to the kind of performance it can offer. What a beautiful looking design. This is love at first sight, but Faisal Khan's fingers of truth are so disappointed. I mean, I can't even express, because what is this fake stuff happening here? No. You don't do such things, Mercedes. Yeah, fake vents. Why? When this car has got real freaking exhaust, 4 of them. Yeah, that's right. And it says AMG here. Okay, you can see the exhaust pipes are behind, but has this nice square sort of an outlet. Towing hook here, parking sensors everywhere. And of course, on the other side also we've got exhaust. That is a diffuser treatment, and there you can see the exhaust placed right behind. Oh my god, those wheels don't fit in my freaking camera itself. So 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 6 of these parking sensors, and of course, no, not the right thing to do. Now I'm a little disappointed with the rear lights. Some people will say it looks like the Verna and all. I don't care about that. The point is, with the GLS, when you turn on the lights at night, it does this, staged dynamic light up, which is not happening in these lights. I know it says Mercedes-Benz on the inside, but the lights could be a little bit more dramatic. And yeah, you can see the indicators, no dynamic swipe indicators. you get this sort of an lip spoiler. But where is the antenna of this car? That's kind of missing. I don't know where it is. It might be inside the glass. Okay, you just press this button, but before that, when you actually get into reverse, the rear parking camera pops out from here, says AMG right here, GLE 63S, and all I have to do is there, and it opens. Obviously, it's got sensors. You can stand and wave your foot below, and it will open it as well. And of course, with the key also, you can open it. Now, the boot is a little compromised because it is obviously a sloping roof line. The result is that, yeah, the boot is obviously compromised. A coupe is not very practical as such. Parcel shelf, you can move it around like this, but still the boot is big enough, I would say. And then you have this boot separator as well, first aid kit and stuff like that. And here I think that opens as well, but this thing seems to be fresh. Let's see what's below. There is a spare wheel actually, which is a space saver. 195/70, 20 is the size of the wheel, and there is a warning triangle as well. Now this is to put a 12-volt charging socket, I think, to recline the seat, but no. And this is to reduce the ride height, which can be done by 55 mm, because obviously this car has got air suspension. Okay, there's a light here. You can press this button, and there the boot reclines. Now, yeah, it takes its time, but it's such a nice process, very smooth. In fact, the wheels are kind of coming out. Look at those flared wheel arches, absolutely bonkers. So let's get to the rear. Okay, doors open wide enough. I'm not going to take a reference of a 5-star NCAP hatchback made in India, but you guys get the drift. Lot of leather, beautifully done double stitching as well, and obviously metal treatment too. Hard plastics below. Door pockets are big enough. Nothing said here, but it's said at the front. AMG mats as well, and then some hard plastics. No, not really very hard. Magazine holders as well. Easy to recline the seat because there's this lever, you just pull it, and there you can recline the seat to increase the boot carrying capacity. But if you're a person who's booty, no, that's not the right word. If you're a person who wants to carry a lot of luggage, then obviously this is not the car for you. You might as well get the Mercedes X-Class. It's a different thing. It's discontinued right now. Oh, the seatbelt always gets stuck whenever I try to put stuff back. Yeah, now it's a 60-40 split seat, of course, and then getting in and out is easy. There's so much leg room on offer. There's good amount of knee room as well. Under thigh support is adequate, not the best as such, and headroom is just about adequate in spite of the fact that the roof line is sloping. So that's actually a nice touch. And there obviously you get a light placement here, height adjustable seat belts, a hook there, AC vent place right there, and you get a 4-zone climate control air conditioning system. You can see you can operate the air conditioning from here only, and I'm just going to turn it off at the moment. Now there is a USB-C charging socket. There's a proper charging socket for your laptop as well, and then this slides out, and there is an ashtray, I believe. Slight hub in the center, but 3 adjustable headrests. Feels a little claustrophobic because a lot of black area, and obviously you don't get a rear wiper or washer at the rear. Now let's open the armrest. Twin cup holders have been placed here. In fact, I think this should recline separately. Yeah, it does. So it's not a 60-40, it's a 40-20-40 split seat. Here you can carry long items. Okay, don't take it in the wrong way. Let's do one thing. Let's actually open the sunblind on the top, and let's turn off the indicator, which is making some noise. And there you can see it is quite a big one. So panoramic roof brings in a lot of airy feeling, which is very much required in this car, considering it is almost all black. I love the way the dashboard has been done. It's super sporty, super nice, super tasteful, and super sleeper as well. This is the essence of an AMG. Beautifully done cabin, and I love the way the seats have been done. I love this sort of treatment in the center. What a beautiful car. Small quarter glass there as well. So let's do one thing. Let's just get out of here, and let me just go down and show you again the roof. Okay. Now it has got soft closed doors, which means that I don't have to push them all the way inside. There the motor will pull it inside. This is a fantastic feature. I love it. There again it pulls it inside. Anyways, let's get to the front. Why are we going here? Because there's actually a net wherein you can keep your stuff. Seats are very comfortable at the front, really very comfortable. Look at the size of the headrest. That's absolutely obnoxious. Okay, this is to move it around and all. You need both the hands to do it. Meanwhile, obviously, the co-driver also gets a lot of stuff like memory seats. You can save up to 3 people settings, heated seats, ventilated seats, massage, Burmester sound system, all that, and an ashtray. Oh, I don't know what is that. And cup. The door pockets are massive. Says AMG right here. So we see that on the other side. Meanwhile, the glove box is actually big enough. Okay, it has a partition because there is the air balance package which has perfume. The perfume is missing in my car. That's the reason I have put Involve Your Senses car perfume right now, just as a makeshift. Otherwise, that perfume works with the system inside, and you can change fragrances. There's some storage space here as well. What a beautiful looking dashboard. This car is absolutely stunning, and you can see there's an indicator on the side as well. The level of attention to detail in this Mercedes car, absolutely out of this world, to be honest. Anyways, let's open the door. Okay, now there's some interesting bits here as well. First and foremost, you can see the seats are really very nice. Lot of bolstering on the side as well, like really amazing bolstering and good amount of comfort. In fact, they have written AMG, which is sort of a metal treatment, which does not hurt your back, trust me on this. Now the thing is that it has got memory seat, so when I press 1 now, it not only adjusts the seat, it also adjusts the steering wheel. So you can see the steering wheel is moving and now the seat is moving. So both of them can be saved together. That's so amazing. Okay, like I was telling you, memory seats. Now this is obviously for the cooling function for the driver's seat, that's the ventilation, and this is for the heating function. There are 3 settings for the same, and this is to actually operate the co-driver's seat. You can move it around as you wish. Yeah, you can operate the co-driver's seat from here. You can also turn on heating for the co-passenger just to irritate them. Okay, you see that light blinking? So it has a sensor here when if someone is coming, that cyclist was coming. So the car realized it and it beeped telling me that do not open the door, although the door is open. So it shows you a red color here and also blinks the blind spot monitor on the outside. Beautiful leather. These are the controls for the power windows. This is for the child lock function. These are the controls for the outside rear view mirror adjustment. Lock the car, unlock the car. Mercedes logo on this ashtray as well. Now this is to open the boot of the vehicle. Now it says AMG here. Yeah, when you open the door at night, it actually blinks. That's right, it blinks. So it's lighted up. That's really nice. Let's just remove this. This was so satisfying, although kind of sticky. There's a proper dead pedal right there, and you can see these are the controls for the lights, automatic headlights. This is for the rear fog light, and this is for the parking brake. So let's do one thing, let's turn on the rear fog. I have turned it on for the moment. Yeah, electric parking brake. Now let me show you where the rear fog is. The rear fog is here. It is only on the right side. It is not there on the left side of this car. I think it's going to rain any freaking moment. And you can see there's a puddle lamp here as well. The level of attention, I'm telling you, trust me on this, is crazy. In fact, ambient light blinks from here too. So ambient light is obviously fantastic. This is a Mercedes car, you would expect no less. And steering wheel is adjustable both for reach as well as rake. Let me turn off the air conditioning first. Okay, here you can see both for reach as well as rake, and obviously it's electrically adjustable, and you get an auto dimming mirror. Let's open the sunroof, which also opens quite a bit. I was thinking that, you know, maybe the sunroof would not open up this car because it's a sloping roofline, but you know what, it does open. So it's a fantastically well done engineering bit from Mercedes-Benz. That's about it. And you know what's the funny part? Okay, when you open the sunroof, okay, there once it opens, it automatically pulls the sunblind till this spot, so you don't feel that it's not open completely. That's also a nice touch. Let me just close the sunroof for the moment. Light placement on the top, and obviously this car has got Mercedes Me connected car tech, which has a slew of connected car features like always, and there's a light as well as a mirror. And you know what, there's another sun visor there, which is a cool thing. I really like it. In fact, yeah, very nicely done. There's a microphone here, there's a microphone here, and same is the case here as well. You get a light and you get another sun visor to block all the freaking sun. Meanwhile, there is no handle on the driver's side. Now the dashboard looks similar to the GLE and the GLS, but it has this sort of a carbon fiber treatment right from here, which goes all the way metal finishing around the AC vents, which looks very cool. It's actually very tastefully done, and this is Alcantara. You can actually offer carbon fiber on the steering wheel as well. Now this is the stop start system. This is the engine start button, although it could be placed inside. Meanwhile, there are 5 important buttons right there. We're going to talk about it right away. So first and foremost, this is to get into manual mode of the gearbox. This is for the traction control system. This is to increase or decrease the ride height because it's got air suspension. I've put the ride height all the way down. Press this and then you can see the car is actually moving. I don't know how much of it you can see, so I'm just going to put a shot from outside. This is for the damper setting. You can vary that as well. And this is for the sports exhaust, which sounds kind of loud. Press this button and there opens the front center armrest. There is some storage space here along with sort of a, I don't know what is that. There's a USB-C charging socket as well, and there are twin cup holders. And you know what's the best thing? You can heat or cool this. So here you can see the color is changing. You can heat and cool this. That's so freaking amazing. There's a wireless charging pad, which is not really well done because the phone gets stuck, not easy to remove or put it back, and 2 USB-C charging sockets along with a regular charging socket as well. And then you can just shut it, piano black, which is a fingerprint magnet. So I shall leave my fingerprints at the moment. I love the way the metal treatment and the switches have been done. So tasteful, so beautiful. In fact, AC controls are also fantastic. Like really nice to operate. Like look at this. This is so freaking amazing. The sound it makes is also fantastic. Okay, AC is a chiller in this car. Meanwhile, this sort of fake AC treatment, that's fine. You have a heads-up display which is amazingly advanced, like super duper advanced, because not only does it tell you what is the speed and the driver assist system, in fact, if someone is coming ahead for collision and all that stuff, it also tells you cruise control data along with the compass, navigation, and also tells you parking sensor details. If you're coming across or going to hit someone, it's going to actually show you colors. They're very tasteful. I think this is the best heads-up display I've ever seen in my life. And then obviously active brake assist also shows you a red triangle, which is so big now that before the car brakes, you will stand on the brakes to stop yourself. That's the level of attention to detail in this car. Absolutely out of the world, trust me on this. And airbags in multiple places as well. Now you can see it has this beautiful screen, 12.3 inch screen here, 12.3 inch screen here, and that's the usual Mercedes affair, nothing new about it. Steering feels really nice to hold. Again, metal switches, these are the controls for the audio system, these are the controls for cruise control and to get into that menu, and everything you can do on the right menu, you can do on the left one and vice versa. So it's very tastefully done. You can see all the menus are here, which I just need to get into home function and the usual bits we see in so many Mercedes cars. Assistance, telephone, navigation, performance, trip, radio, media, styles and display. I'm making it so fast because I've seen it a zillion times. AMG specific displays are also there. So we're going to change it once again and then I'm just going to get into the sport one. That looks so nice. And when the colors change, they change on both the sides. So sort of a yellow thing happened there as well. All the information you would ever need is there in the screen. I think the screen is not needed at all, but this is again a beautiful one. First and foremost, you can't just browse to the center, you can browse to the right one as well. You see tire pressure monitor, boost, what are the various data, G-force meter, maps. What the hell, man? This is absolutely crazy. Did you just see that? Oh my goodness. It's an information overload. Once you use the system, now you want to hate every other system. That's the reason I keep complaining whenever I'm sitting in an Audi car, because Audi and BMW don't even come 1/10 close to Mercedes when it comes to all the information. It's self-explanatory. I don't even have to tell you about it, but here, look, I'm going to apply brake pressure. It's telling me how much brake pressure has been applied. Crazy stuff, man. Wow, Mercedes, you've spent so much time and effort in this system, and it shows. It is by far the best one, period. There's no one even comes close. Volvo has one of the worst ones, to be honest. I don't know what they were smoking. Anyways, here you can browse to a lot of information. Phone, navigation. Okay, navigation is also beautiful. Look at the level of maps in this car. Amazing, right? Radio, media, comfort. I'm not going to play radio at the moment because I'm going to do a proper audio test at the end of this video. And guess what? It has got a 13 speaker audio system, 12 speakers and one amplifier, I believe, which produces 590 watt output. And then you can pay Mercedes some money and get a 3D surround sound system from Burmester. This is also Burmester, of course. But if tweeters spinned and all that would be so cool. Now let's get into comfort. There are massage settings here, both for the driver as well as the co-driver, and you can see there are a ton of massages. Then in seat comfort there are seat kinetics, which kind of moves the seat slowly, light relaxation through light seat movement, and obviously ambient lighting, which has got 64 colors, my friends. Yeah, 64 colors for the ambient lighting, and then you can obviously decide multicolor ones. I know the color flash keeps changing the color all the time. So energizing comfort is like, it will actually tell you a full dialogue. So if you start this thing now, this lady will come, she will talk and she'll try to make you relax. It's a 10-minute program where the AC turns on, I think the fragrance turns on, then okay, seat cooling turns on, massage turns on, and then she starts blabbering stuff like, I don't know if she's not talking today, but yeah, she does talk a lot and then she tries to make you feel better. We're just going to stop it at the moment. Green, blue lighting and a cool, refreshing breeze whisk you away to the seaside. Whoa, that's so amazing. And then you have got multiple ones, like, you know, I've done this demo in multiple Mercedes cars. Now it's doing music and yeah, thank you so much. We don't want it right now, but that's so freaking cool. This car is not only a speed machine, a rocket ship, but also a spa. And obviously it has a long name, but naam bade aur darshan aur bhi bade is gaadi ke. So that is even more amazing. Energizing coach and all. I don't need a personal trainer. I just need this car. Somebody gift me this car. Then there's track pace, wherein you can time yourself. It says only activated when you're on a private road. And then there's drag race, where you can actually see how much you can time yourself from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. I managed 4 seconds. It's claimed to do it in 3.8. In Audis, it's claimed 3.9 and I did it in 3.6. So yeah, Mercedes is not under-reporting their performance numbers. And then you get telemetry and all that stuff. So a lot of information, Mercedes Me app. And then let's get into settings. Okay, now this is for the heads-up display. You can turn it off, and by the way, the heads-up display is also very much configurable, so you can change a lot of things how you want to see the heads-up display, which is also cool. When I lock the door, you can hear that sound also comes. So yeah, you can actually make a lot of changes to the heads-up display from here. Super cool feature, right? And then this is for downhill assist, and this is to get your car, okay, what is this exactly? I just pressed a button. It is lowering the car right now. And okay, that's access height. So when you're entering the car, it will lower it so that it's easier to get in and out. Again, it works till a speed of 30 kilometers per hour. I don't think other than Ajay Devgan anybody gets out of a car above 30 kilometers per hour. This is for getting your car washed. It completely prepares by folding the mirror, turning off the parking sensors and stuff like that. And then the usual bits, blind spot monitor, this, that and all. I've spoken about all this so many times in so many Mercedes cars now. It's kind of redundant right now, but let's get into reverse right away. Now this is the reverse parking camera. There's a 360-degree camera as well, and then you have got multiple views for the same. You can see this, there are like so many views. And then obviously this car has got self park as well, which doesn't work the best. I mean, it's not able to realize where it needs to park, but once it starts doing it, does a decent job. But I'm always panic wondering kahin either udhar touch na ho jaye gaadi. Anyways, this is the gas selector of the car, metal paddles which look fantastic, and obviously these are controls for the wipers. You can see it has got magic vision control. Yeah, if you realize it by now, the wipers spray the water from inside the wipers. There's no nozzle as such. And then there's another party trick of this thing, which is that the wiper blades are heated when it snows, of course, and even the hoses for the reservoir of the water, that is heated so that nothing freezes. That is kind of insane to say the least. Now we've got multiple buttons. This is for the volume control. There's a touchpad, easy to operate, and this is for the drive mode selector. This is for the parking camera, and this is to get into the quick access view of the vehicle. And this is start. You can start anything. This is kind of useless just so that you can keep your hand and you can operate this, because earlier Mercedes had that rotary controller. This is to get into telephone, radio, media, navigation, and yeah, this is to go behind or track and stuff like that. So easy controls. Like I think Mercedes makes it the easiest in terms of controls for the car, like really very easy. And then let's just turn off the car. Now when I turn off the car, okay, and when I open the door, it shows this Mercedes logo. And then whenever you get inside the car, and then it shows you the Mercedes GLE there in graphic format, which is so damn awesome, like really very nice. There's a sunglass holder. Let's do one thing. Let's just turn off the car. And you know what? This system I was talking to you about, this high beam assist and multi beam and all that stuff, that uses the navigation data to know who is ahead. So it knows when to dim the LEDs. And then there's a camera there. Obviously these are radars for the active brake assist and all. But there's also a camera which works for the multi beam lights to know and read the road surface ahead, to dim the light when it's needed. And now you can see everything is open. You just keep the button pressed, and as soon as I do that, all the windows roll up. And obviously the sunroof also closes. Yeah, that's a feature which we've taken for granted, but you know, once I saw a few cars without it, I was like, every time I see a car with it, I'm definitely going to use it. Anyways, let's start driving right away. Turning off the air conditioning first thing, and we are going to get into race mode. There we are, everything changes. Now I'm just going to press on the AMG Dynamics, and the funny thing is this AMG Dynamics is filled with so many options now. It's kind of shocking. Ye menu yahan pe on ho gaya, isliye nahi ja raha. Yeah, so once I get into AMG Dynamics, you can see like there is sand, trail, slippery, individual, comfort, sport, sport plus and race. That's absolutely crazy. And then obviously I can browse through a lot of information on the inside also, because it has all these settings and buttons down. You can see Carl Benz is written right there, and inside here in the seat comfort settings, there's actually a plethora of ways to adjust your seat, lumbar as well as bolsters, and you can also decide which area of the seat you want to heat. That is the level of attention detail, absolutely bonkers. Alright, we are into first gear straight away. And we are going to, okay, we need to get into track pace, because we are going to time a 0 to 100 km/h run. There it says warning, whatever. And yeah, we are going to do a drag race. Manual start, pull away, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor, it revs and off we go. Yeah, there you can see it's giving me a warning of active brake assist. Why is it showing me the weather? I don't want to see the weather. I actually miss seeing what is the timing we did right now. But yeah, this could have been slightly slicker as well. You can see the acceleration is absolutely bonkers. In fact, that separator in the boot is moving around as I accelerate. What an engine, is absolutely stellar, and there is no speed warning in this car. Mercedes has not activated it, which is fantastic. Otherwise, it's going to beep like crazy. This is actually the active brake assist is working so well, so fast as well. I have to go into the settings to see why is the reason why it's so alert at the moment. So here we are going to get into settings. Yeah, and and assistance, and there you can see active brake assist. It's on early actually, so we are just going to put it on late, but you guys have already seen how active brake assist works. It gives this warning in the front. It's a huge one in the heads-up display, which is quite nice. So this is a 4-liter bi-turbo V8. It has twin turbochargers and it's got twin scroll turbocharging as well. And the output from the engine happens to be 612 at 7,100 RPM. Torque output 850 Newton meters, which comes in between 2,500 to 4,500 RPM. Yet the drivability is absolutely insane. You know why? Because this was one of the first Mercedes cars to get the EQ boost, the V8 engine ones obviously, which produces an additional 22 horsepower. Okay, now I've given an indicator and detected there's someone there, so it actually gives you an audio warning not to turn to the left side. The safety systems are absolutely insane. These mirrors with the active blind spot assist actually has 2 radars behind, which work in conjunction with the system obviously. So where were we? I keep forgetting. Anyways, let's stop here and I'll tell you braking performance is good, but I expected slightly more from the brakes from this car because there's a lot of weight and obviously a ton of performance as well. Hey Mercedes,
how may I help you?
Engine data. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor. You know what's the most interesting bit? When you actually turn on the car now, it does this light dance, which is so spectacular. And under thigh support is obviously not an issue because you can adjust the under thigh support as per your liking. So I was telling you about the EQ boost. It is a 48 volt starter generator which produces 22 horsepower and 250 Newton meters of torque. No. All that does not mean that the overall output of this engine increases dramatically by adding 612 plus 22 or 850 Newton meters plus 250 Newton meters. That would result in 1100 Newton meters of torque, resulting in the gearbox only coming off because that's insane amount of torque. What it does is it gives us assistance at lower speeds. That's the reason the drivability is really very nice. And there's this instant response thanks to so much punch in the engine. Like the EQ boost actually works. It also improves the fuel efficiency of this car. So the best thing is that when you drive this car and say, okay, we're going to come into comfort mode, it's absolutely silent. Okay, the engine is so smooth and refined, and trust me on this, the air suspension and the adaptive dampers work brilliantly well. You can actually realize a massive difference in the ride quality of this car between comfort mode and sport mode. That is the level of difference on offer, and then you can not hear anything other than the big fat tires which tend to make some noise on our not so smooth roads. Launch control is not working or is not there in this car. I am not too sure. I would have expected launch control to be there, but it seems to be missing right now, and I don't know why it's raining in January all of a sudden. So you want to get ahead in any mode. Okay, again we are going to come to comfort mode, and there are like 6 drive modes on offer. There's individual, there's comfort, there's sport plus, and there is of course race mode, and there's also I think a slippery mode. Yeah, there's slippery, sand trails. How many modes are in this car? This car is like an electronic overdose. It's like a supercomputer with so much tech. It's like absolutely baffling. You really need to go through so many systems to be able to drive this car. Thankfully, I've configured a few things to just make my life easier today, but trust me, it is not easy driving this car. So now this car comes with a 9-speed torque converter gearbox, and that torque converter obviously results in gear shift not being the fastest and sometimes a little jerky. But yes, the best part is right now we are again going to get into comfort mode. I'm just jostling through modes. Now just realize, okay, just have a look into the gear we are in. Okay, this thing is a little complex at times. I get into the wrong menu. So here we are. Okay, I'm just going to be driving. I think we'll have to change the display, but can you see the number here? It says 5. Okay, I am at 50 kilometers per hour in 5th gear. I'm not making any manual change to the gears. It's automatically upshifting because it's in comfort mode, and it realizes it's better to conserve fuel. Otherwise, that Greta Thunberg or whoever that lady is, she will come and dislike my video. Right now 66 kilometers per hour in 6th gear. 69, 70. Okay, I said 69 with a little bit more enthusiasm. Come on, upshift. Yeah, so it doesn't. Okay, it's in 7th gear right now. There are 9 gears obviously, and I can manually also shift here. And where do we reach 9th gear? Yeah, around, yeah, at 85 kilometers per hour, I'm in 9th gear already. That's absolutely baffling. You've got these pedals, of course, and there are so many modes for everything. Almost everything has multiple modes. You come across this really bad patch of road and then you have to be a little slow, because the ride quality, although I would say is good for a car of this character, still on the stiffer side. The car is firm, and then adaptive dampers definitely help its cause, and so does the air suspension actually. You don't have any issue over bad speed breakers or big bumps also, or even bad roads, because air suspension will obviously take care of that. And it also has got dynamic engine mounts, which again helps, because what dynamic engine mounts do is basically they soften at slower speeds so that the ride is good, and then they stiffen at faster engine speeds to give you great handling capability as well. And I'm driving in comfort mode. You can realize It's so smooth, it's so refined, you can barely hear anything. But okay, I bang open the throttle. Yeah, the exhaust is not making sound because that's turned off in comfort mode. But did you see that? This is a car, no matter what the mode is, no matter what the speed is, no matter what RPM you're spinning, no matter what gear you are in, it is absolutely like a rocket ship. It will just freaking fly when you get hard on the throttle. That is the level of power, that is the level of performance. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.8 seconds. Top speed 280 kilometers per hour. And trust me on this, till that 280 kilometers per hour, there is no let up in power. It just keeps going. It doesn't feel breathless at all. If you open the electronic limiter, I think it will easily cross 320 kilometers per hour, after which aerodynamics would be a sort of an issue. But the engine has super duper amazingly awesome grunt. Okay, fuel efficiency is around 2 to 3 kilometers per liter. Why are we driving so slowly right now? Let's just get into race mode, and you can hear the soundtrack. It's a very typical AMG soundtrack. It has a growl, and then obviously it has these cracks and pops when you downshift. Yeah, baby. This is what an engine should be. Trust me, loads of character in this engine. That's the reason why a Mercedes-AMG engine is a Mercedes-AMG engine. It's unbeatable. Now, in order to conserve fuel efficiency, there is cylinder deactivation technology, which cuts 4 of the cylinders from the 8 at speeds, I think, lower than 30-40 kilometers per hour. And then you can aram se coast and save fuel on 4 cylinders. And then it also has the glide mode, which actually decouples the engine, resulting in the car just gliding along and further saving fuel. The steering is actually quite light. I'm quite surprised with the lightness of the steering wheel, but it weighs up beautifully well at high speeds. Absolutely phenomenal. Has a light off, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor, off we go! Okay, it did it in 4.03 seconds. I've timed it earlier. It's been doing it around 4 seconds or somewhere thereabouts, which makes it fast. It's actually faster than a Porsche Cayenne Turbo, but a Porsche is obviously much more agile. Around the corners has, just better agility. This car does feel its weight, 2.5 tons, but around the corners you can feel a bit of the weight, a bit of uneasiness as well. Okay, now you get out of this. We don't want to see this anymore. We're just going to get into AMG performance so we can see how much throttle, not throttle, but how much power and torque is being consumed. That's also pretty cool. So like I was telling you, the Cayenne is just better around the corners. This one feels a bit heavy, although I would say the handling is quite nice for a car of this size. It feels agile. Not as much as the Porsche, but still feels agile enough, and there's so much grip that no matter what the corner or the speed, you can just pump the throttle and off you go, because the tires are super duper massive, and then there's so many electronics, traction control, this, that and all. We're just going to get into manual mode for the gearbox, and let's see how it revs. There, 7,000 RPM. It will not upshift unless and until you decide to do so, giving you absolute complete manual control of things. Well, that's something I really like. Fantastic. I think we just get into the AMG display, because that is by far the best. But oh my god, this car is really complex to drive. There's so many things you need to keep tinkering around with. I wonder what Formula 1 drivers do. You can see around the corners, it maintains its line beautifully well. It has got anti-roll bars. Basically, that 48 volt system is paired to the rear axle to ensure even better handling capabilities, and all the body roll should be well contained, which is there in this case. It's a fantastic car. It's so much fun. It's absolutely unbelievable the way this car drives. It always puts a massive smile on your face, because no matter what speed, I know I'm saying it again, but you really have to feel the grunt from this AMG engine. It sounds so nice, throaty. It's always ready to just fly away. Amazing, unfreaking believable. And ensuring all that power is put down beautifully well, it has got a limited slip differential at the rear, wherein it can decide how much torque it needs to channel to individual rear wheels, and it can decide to do it only on one wheel. Mercedes calls it variable torque control or something of that sort. You know what? Ideally 50-50 power to the front and the rear, and that's the minimum each axle needs to get, 50-50, like the worst case scenario. The best case scenario, 100% to the rear wheels. Yes, that's right, 100% power or torque, and torque actually going to the rear wheels in this car, which makes it completely rear wheel drive. But then there's so much grip on offer that it's not really going to be spinning that easily either. Now the competitors, the BMW X6 M Competition, which I've driven. Technically the competition should be the X6 M. Trust me on this feels slightly better in terms of ride than the X5, and performance is similar. Actually, this also takes 3.8 seconds. That car also takes around 3.8 seconds, the X5M. And then the RS Q8 also I drove, but I enjoyed the RS Q8 a lot more because it was obviously on a racetrack and it has the Urus vibe in it. So all the three cars are actually so fantastic. It's difficult to choose one because Audi, Mercedes as well as BMW have done a phenomenal job. Although Mercedes actually started this segment with the ML55 long back, almost 20-21 years back. They kickstarted the performance SUV segment with the ML. That ML55 had a 5.4 litre naturally aspirated V8 motor, and then everybody obviously had to follow, considering Mercedes really rewrote the performance game completely. Finally some cracks and pops. Let's just stop. Well, that's known as variable torque distribution. Actually, the faster you drive this car, the better it gets. It's like insane the way it drives. And you know what? It is 1.5 seconds faster than the GLE 53, which gets the same 48 volt system, resulting in the similar 22 horsepower and 250 Newton meters ka boost. It has the same one actually, and even the exterior and interior are very much similar, but then customization options are out of the moon. There's so many options to customize. That's a 6-cylinder. This is obviously an 8-cylinder engine. But the price difference happens to be around 52 lakhs between both these cars. So this one costs around 2.38 crores. That one is like 1.82 crores, something of that sort. And the regular GLE actually is half the price, less than half the price. So you can get more than 2 GLEs for the price, regular GLEs, the 450, for the price of one of these, because this is obviously imported and the regular GLE is actually assembled in India via the CKD road. And that's the reason why there's so much of difference. You can see how much throttle I'm putting, how much brake I'm applying. All that can be seen, G-force meter and all these things. We need to get out of this because I want to see if you guys can actually see this heads-up display. I'm going to change the heads-up display and I'm going to put it into something which is a little bit more maybe funky. Yeah, so let's just change this and have the full meter. Now there you can see that is crazy. That's amazingly awesome. Everything about this car is so lovable. That's how brilliant it is. It's brilliant beyond imagination. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor. So to sum it up, I would say the Mercedes-AMG GLE 63 S4matic Plus Coupé by Turbo is actually an SUV which drives like a sedan, wherein you're sitting on the roof of the sedan. It absolutely flies. This car is almost faultless. It rides well, it handles well, there's plenty of performance, great attention to detail, absolutely phenomenal technology. There's nothing I can say is not good in this car other than the fact that the price is really on the high side. And if you can afford it, trust me, this is a fantastic car to get. No two ways about it. If you like this vlog, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That's the like button. And also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Bye-bye.